Hello students, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So today I have come with questions based on units, dimensions and kinematics which were asked on the I guess I'm not sure, that is 2022 Neet. I don't remember the date exactly, students. Please pardon me. Right. So coming to the first question, as you can see, plane angle and solid angle are have. As you know, students, perhaps these two physical quantities are the only quantities which are dimensionless but still they have unit. Okay, let us try to understand why they are dimensionless. For example, if you discuss plane angle is an angle which is contained in a plane. That is what it means, plane angle. Suppose there is a circle. Okay, you consider an arc. Let us say S is the arc length, and the corresponding angle subtended by the arc at the center is theta, let us say. Then the plane angle, this plane angle is given as arc length upon radius. Now as you can see, dimensions of arc length is L, dimensions of R is also L, so L gets cancelled. So basically there, it is a dimensionless quantity. Similarly, coming to solid angle, we have to consider a sphere. Remember, sphere is a three-dimensional object, student. It's a sphere, means ball. Whenever you come across sphere, just imagine a ball. Now let us take some area S, surface areas on the surface. Let the boundary of the surface be joined to the center of the sphere, let us say of radius r. Then this surface S subtends a solid angle, let us say omega, given by omega at the center, given by S upon r square. Now again, as you can see, dimensions of area is L square, dimensions of R square is also L square. So L square gets cancelled and we are left with no dimensions, or we are left without any dimensions. However, students, a plane angle and a solid angle, they do have units. SI unit of plane angle is radian, whereas SI unit of solid angle is steradian. So you all know these things, that they do have a unit even though they do not have a dimensional formula or dimensions. So they have units but no dimensions. So correct option would be the third option. Moving on to the next question, students. The ratio of the distances traveled by a freely falling body in the first, second, third, and fourth seconds are. This is very simple. Here we have to assume certain things. Falling freely means falling from rest. Okay. Apart from falling freely, we have to assume that it starts from rest. Now, as you know, students, any object falling freely under the influence of acceleration due to gravity, okay, which is assumed to be constant, we can always have this formula. Displacement during the nth second is u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. I hope you are aware of this. Now, as it starts from rest, we will put u equal to 0. So, we are left with s is equal to acceleration due to gravity g by 2 into 2n minus 1. So, we can say that displacement during the nth second is proportional to the odd numbers. Remember, 2n minus 1 will be odd number. If n is 1, 2, 3, etc., etc., 2n minus 1 will be odd numbers. Okay. So, first option is the correct option. Moving to the next question. The displacement time graphs of two moving particles make angles of 30 degree and 45 degree with the time axis as shown in the figure. They show the respective velocities. Now we know that velocity is nothing but the slope or gradient of displacement versus time graph. Displacement has been taken along y-axis, time has been plotted along x-axis. So the slope is nothing but tan theta, where theta is the angle made by the line with the x-axis. Here it is time axis. Okay. So slope of displacement versus time graph represents velocity. So it's a matter of finding slope. So for the first graph, velocity, that is slope, will be tan of 30 degree, that is 1 by root 3. Similarly, for the second, the angle is 45 degree, the velocity, which will be slope, will be tan 45 degree. Tan 45 degree is 1. So V1 by V2 will be 1 is to root 3. Second option is the correct option. Okay. Moving to the next question. An electric lift with a maximum load of 2000 kg is moving up with a constant speed of this much. The frictional force opposing the motion is this much. The minimum power delivered by the motor to the lift in watts. Now let us take the lift like this. Okay, there's the lift. Now the weight of the lift, it will be 20,000 Newton, because you multiply by G. G is given as 10. Okay, M into G, 2000 into 10. Also, as it goes up, it is given that it is moving up with a constant velocity of 3 by 2 meters per second. The frictional force will be opposing the motion. Therefore, the friction or the resistance to motion will be 3000 Newton in the downward direction, opposite to the direction of velocity. So naturally, if it is moving with constant velocity, then needless to mention that the net force must be zero. So the force offered by engine, if I take it as Fe, can be written as force offered by engine is equal to upward force must balance the downward force, because velocity is constant. There is no acceleration. So no acceleration means no net force. So upward force must balance the downward force. So we have 23,000 Newton. Okay. Now, as you know, power is given by the dot product of force and velocity. Instantaneous power is given by this. So, force exerted by the engine is up, and that is 2300. Velocity is 3 by 2, and cos 0 will be 1. Because when you open the dot product, we have magnitude of the first vector into magnitude of the second vector multiplied by cos of angle between them. Is it? Right. So now you can see 23, let us approximately take it as 20,000. 20,000 by 2 will be 10,000. 10,000 into 3 will be 30,000. So certainly, since it is 23,000, not 20,000, certainly the result will be more than 30,000. So the only option which exists is this. So that is the first option, is the correct option. Moving on to the next question. The area of a rectangular field of length 55.3 meters and breadth 25 meters after rounding off, okay, the value for correct significant digits. This was asked in section B. Okay, so it has been clearly mentioned. Now, as you know, students, area can be obtained as the product of length and breadth. Is it? Area can be obtained as the product of length and breadth. Now you simply multiply them. Okay, multiply the length and breadth. So we have 55.3 into 25 can be written as 100 by 4. So it will be 4 ones are approximately 4 fours are. If you consider this as 56 approx I'm telling. Or to be precise, let us actually divide it. So 55.4, sorry, 55.3 divided by 4 will be, to be precise, it is 13.825. Okay. 55 into 10 power 2. This is the mathematical answer. But now we have to take into account the number of significant digits. So for that, the rule says during multiplication, just look at the minimum number of significant digits amongst the numbers being multiplied. Here this number has three significant digits, students, you can see, regardless of the position of the decimal. Okay, you don't have to consider the position of the decimal. Then this figure has two significant digits, so this has three and this has two, the lower of them is two. So the final answer should also have only two significant digits. That is the rule. Now, two significant digits means we have to round it off this number to this two significant digits. Since 8 is more than 5, I can write this as 14. But remember, students, this is running in thousands. Okay, this is running in thousands. So don't forget to put the 10 power 2. 10 power 2 will always be there. So that's all. So second option is the correct option. Then moving to the next question. A ball is projected with a velocity of 10 meters per second at an angle of 60 degree with the vertical. Students, be careful that the angle mentioned is 60 degree with the vertical and not with the horizontal. Most of my students, they have taken this angle 60 degree with the horizontal and they got a wrong answer, and there was an option. That wrong option was also there, one of the options. So you have to be very careful. Its speed at the highest point of the trajectory. It's very simple, students. Suppose you have this is the trajectory. If an object is projected with a speed u at an angle theta, then the horizontal component will be u cos theta. That is what is left at the highest point. Highest point, only the x component of velocity or the horizontal component of velocity remains. The vertical component vanishes. So u is how much? U is 10 meters per second. Now be careful. This angle is given as 60 degree. So this must be 30 degree. So u cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2. So this can be cancelled. 2 5s are 10. So 5 root 3 meters per second. Fourth option is the correct option. Okay. That's all, students, in this video. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you.